We did a video the other day on how you can farm Class C ships, and today I have another one of those for you. This one will take a little bit more time, but the beauty of this is it is based around XP as well. So if you just want to do XP farming, this works great, as well as farming for credits and ship parts. Now this isn't something that requires any glitches or any saving, this is just playing the game as it's meant to be played, so it does take a little bit of time and it's relatively fun, especially if you love that ship combat and ship commandeering aspect of the game. If you're someone that isn't a fan of that aspect, you may not like this farm very much because it is very heavily based around that ship combat mechanics. And the reason that we can get so much XP through doing this is because it is going to a high level system. Now, as well as it being in a high level system, the enemies are very, very tough, especially if you're not the greatest at combat. Now this here is the system that you need to come to. It is level 55 and it is called Serpentis. Now the reason this system is so good is because it is mainly controlled by the Varun. Now if you come to any planet here, just fly over to the planet as you would normally, as you would go into it, and then just hang around for sort of 10 to 20 seconds. Because each of these planets have a chance to spawn in the Varun. And these guys have some relatively high level ships and gear. You don't really need a high level ship for this because you can just switch your difficulty and take it all the way down to very easy. That will not affect any XP gains or affect any of the drops too much. You can switch the difficulty when you commandeer a ship. So when you commandeer that ship, because difficulty doesn't affect ships themselves, what it does affect is the actual combat and the loot that you get from that. So if you do switch your difficulty down to very easy for the ship combat parts, if you do commandeer a ship, take that difficulty back up to very hard again. Yes, the combat will be a little bit tougher, but you will be able to get some better drops from the enemies that you'll find in the ships. Now, as I say, because you go into that system, the Varun are here in force. There is a lot of them here. And as you can see, taking these down, luckily you only get anywhere between 2 to 5 ships, so it's not a massive amount as if you attack maybe the Key or the UC, where you've got sometimes 10, 15, 20 ships coming at you all at once. This is very localized. You only have 2 to 5, like I say. The majority of the time I've ended up with 3. There have only been occasions where I've had more than 3, so 3 is that sweet number for this system, but earning anywhere from 170 to 400 XP per ship destroyed, that is a decent chunk, especially if you are quick with the ship maneuvering and quick with the ship combat. But then when you factor in actually boarding enemy ships, which you can only do one at a time, so each time you go to a different planet you'll only be able to board one. But once you board one of those ships, inside you've got the level 70 odd Varun guards. Now these guys are brutal, they're loads and loads of fun. Like I say, remember to switch that difficulty if you do want those higher gear drops. Now these will give you 110 to 170 XP per kill. And because you're so far out, the high level ships are relatively big. You will come across these ships with 10 to 20 enemies in them. So there are loads and loads of opportunities to get extra credits, extra gear, and loads of awesome rewards as well. There's some awesome stuff in these ships that you can pick up and take around with you as well. If you've got an empty hull, or if you do have a full one, I'd recommend emptying it for this if you're going to be doing it for a while, because you will get loads of loot from the ships. So this is a great way to earn an insane amount of credits by playing the game as it's meant to be played, without saving, without farming, anything like that. And I do enjoy playing it that way. I do the other ways for the videos mainly, but when I have my own playthrough, which I do have, that is how I make money, just doing things like that, picking items up and selling them. I'm a little bit of a hoarder, and it's a problem. But if you are a hoarder, you will absolutely love this method. Another great thing about this method is the ship parts. You will get an insane amount of ship parts. Ship parts can be bought and found throughout the set of systems, but the easiest way to get them for free is destroy enemy ships and then loot their cargo. Make sure you loot their cargo when you're flying through. I do find it, to be honest, one of the hardest things to do in the game because it's such a small box and I occasionally just end up flying past it and then I've got to turn around and then I lose it. So it's quite hard to actually get the ship's cargo. So I'd recommend doing that as you destroy the ship rather than flying off to destroy other ships and then coming back to find it, because it can be a right pain in the ass to find. It's very small, but they normally have a lot of other things in there as well, mainly resources, but high-end resources that you can sell for a bit more money than your standard organic stuff. And because when you commandeer these ships, they have those high-level Varun spaces in there, there is a hell of a high chance that you are going to be getting mag weapons. Now, mag weapons are some of the best weapons in the game, and because it is their home ship as well, you will find ammo for the mag weapons dotted around the Varun ships. These ships are very big, so you will find lots of nooks and crannies, and if you do want to be commandeering the ships, you can also do that too. If you do want to commandeer those ships, another way you can mitigate some of the cost and save some cash and earn extra cash is by actually registering them through the in-game ship menu here, not at a vendor or a ship technician. A massive thank you to all of you guys that let me know that in the comments. I cannot believe I didn't know that. I've been registering my ships at ship technicians and it's been costing me an arm and a bloody leg. But now I know you can do that. You do knock off a fair chunk of that registration price. So to sell them as well, it does work out. You end up with a little bit more profit. And if you just want to keep them for yourself, it just brings that down a little bit more. So works really well. So hopefully this has helped. If it has, you know what to do. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for much more Starfield content. Is there anything you'd like to see from me? Let me know down below in the comments. For now though, I've been Cowboy. You've been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.